This video is going to be like nothing you've seen before. It could be absolutely awesome. It could also be extremely pants. But there's only one thing I really want to achieve with this video. Yeah. You see, after the recent success of the Out of Bounds episodes, we've finished season 1, we're well into season 2 at the moment. I wanted to bring back some of the top Out of Bounds products for one last time. So like the Avengers, forget the Avengers, this is the Out of Bounders. Okay, so from season 1, I have assembled the best of the best. But unfortunately, it's not all sunshine and glass drivers. There is a noticeable exclusion to this video. Yeah, unfortunately the 750cc driver couldn't be with us anymore. And that's because it's in half. It's dead. Killed, see you later. But don't worry, it's not all dark clouds and pod drivers, okay? We've got a fantastic substitute for you. You're gonna like this. What? Of course I was going to include it. It is actually in season 2, the hammer, but that was the first replacement to season 1, so it's in season 1 now, and it's in this video. Okay, jokes aside, this is very, 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 very serious. Let's have a quick look at what Out of Bounds objects are going to be participating in this video. It's called the bullet for a reason. It's because there's quite literally a bullet hole at the back of the driver. But joking aside, what it lacks in stability, it makes up for in bullet ball speed. You can see right through this next product, quite literally. Forged with double glazing, this product can be a little bit of a pain. Pain as in window pane. This driver has the backing of the entire periodic table. And it's the only driver in this lineup that can brag about its own atomic number. To be fair, most of these drivers would feature on the table of elements if the 104th element was a pile of shit. It's time for the driver that's torn everybody in half. Some people want to replace their car gear stick with this driver. Other people would rather visit the podiatrist and get their foot removed. But if there's one thing I can assure you of, the pod driver is iconic. Now it's time for the very special guest. It's the only driver in this lineup that requires an audio response after impact to gain another 50 yards. Another 20 if you wear a wig. Don't do it. Don't say it. Boom, baby! It always seems to find my head. Really? So we're simply going to hit 10 shots with each driver. As I said, the main goal of this video is for us all just to have as much fun as possible. That's the whole idea with Out of Bounds, strange and unusual. So 10 shots with each driver is 50 shots. 50 shots. Okay, and the last thing to mention is just before we hit the shots with each individual driver, I've asked the Team Al community what each driver reminds you of when you look at it. Some of these are absolutely hilarious. Leading the way is the hollow point bullet driver. It's illegal. If you've not seen any of these single reviews, the links are down below. Extremely unusual looking. Because of the cavity at the back, it is, like I say, non-conforming. So this could be a contender for the crown of the Out of Bounds Season 1 longest driver. But more importantly, what does this head remind you guys of? The first one is from Dean Sheets. Dean said, today's show is brought to you by the letter C. Tom thinks I look like someone from the Crankies. Are we allowed to show the picture? Do you reckon we're allowed to show the picture? So Mike Dupree said it looks like a bottle opener. Yes, it does. Dave Wiley thinks that a giant T fits in this backwards. That's enough. Matt Parsons thinks it looks like the mould from the Hammer driver. Again, another very good answer. Yeah, this video is now 45 minutes long. Okay, so they're the top answers for the Bullet driver. Very good, some sensible, some not so sensible. Back to you, Al. Let's go. Reasonable. First attempt. I am warmed up, I've been hitting a few shots, so it's not going to make any difference. So the first official shot of the event is total distance of 276 meters. I hit that there. Not great. Bottom. That was hit much better. Found the face. New record of 286 meters. Where are you going, Jim? It's rolling. Go on then. Take it back. 286. That's it. I think it's done it. 290. That was pants as well. Okay, so first one. The score is 290 meters to beat. Okay, so now it's time for the glass driver. This thing is unusual. I've allowed Hollow Man to demonstrate the actual golf club itself. As you can see, like him, it is completely transparent. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I'll call you, all right? He's got a good heart, that bloke. He hasn't, there's nothing there, but if he did, he would. But again, we hand this over to the Team Al community. I asked them what they thought this head looked like. Let's take a look. Dale McDermott said it looks like a fake bosom. He didn't say the word bosom, but I feel more comfortable saying the word bosom. Thanks, Dale. Scotty Dog Myers says it looks like a jellyfish with rigor mortis. Brilliant. The Golf Tragic says it looks like my glass slipper that I lost at the PGA ball. Very good. JR19 said it looks like curtain rail ends. Pull yourself together, mate, come on. And Adam Barnett is feeling very bright because he thinks it looks like a street light. Okay, that's enough from the transparent golf club. Back to you, Al. So I've got a few comments saying, why did I use the Cotton Eye Joe song in the glass driver? And it's because people said I couldn't. So me being me, I did. Guess what? You're welcome. First one, poo. It feels so soft, it's the best feeling of these by a mile. That's in Teresa's back garden, spreading the love of the glass driver. I don't think this system likes this kind of head because it can't see it. It actually thinks I'm hitting shots with an alignment stick. Here we go. That's as good as we're going to get with double glazing on a stick. Oh wow, that was... Hit well. So soft, go ball please. Like when you hit the golf ball with it, it's like, hold on, you just hit me with something softer than myself. That is so weird. Yeah, that's it. Surely, gotta go. Roll. Nope. Bless him. Hollow Man's cheering on in the corner. You hit one. Go on, you hit one. Yeah. Well, you hit it. Okay, that was straight out of the glass. Go. Glass driver, 277 meters total. Disappointing. Okay, there are many people that can say that they've reviewed the Adams Family equivalent of golf clubs, but you wouldn't think this driver was in the same family. It looks like Brad Pitt in comparison to the rest of them. I mean, it actually looks like a golf club. This is, of course, the nitrogen-powered driver. Again, more info on it, the single review link is down below. Now, what do Team Al think about it? Okay, now it's onto the driver that smuggles nitrogen. Quick fire round, these are shortish answers because I asked you guys what element you think should replace the nitrogen within this driver. So Austin Ryan, fantastic first answer. It should be replaced with aluminium, or if you're in the US, aluminum. Nolan Patton, helium. There's always one. Dirk D said flatulence. Brilliant. Could get into trouble for this. Scott thinks it should include the smell from Bigfoots. Daniel C, again, methane gas. And Don Elkins thinks it should be filled with Guinness. I couldn't agree anymore, Don, as long as it's poured in correctly. Back to you, Al. Where did I put the driver? This way, yeah. Got it. Wow, that's loud. And struck very poorly. 289. This has got it. This is going to win. But what have we got left? Lots of things. I reckon that's got too much zippage on it. Can you hear this? Wow, really dizzy. Wasn't the best idea I've ever had. We could have a new winner here. 299. Oh, absolutely crushed. Looks hideous, sounds hideous, feels hideous. Still goes. 306, and it's got a bonus point. I've just decided because it's hit the green. So the leader in the Adams Family clubhouse is the nitrogen-powered Powerbill Air Force One N7 airfoil driver.com. 306 meters to beat. Whew. Oh, left the lens cap on again. It's time for the pod. Everyone move out of the way. Yes, it is an anti-slice device. I've reviewed it 45 million times on the channel. The link is down below. Let's see what Team Al think of it. Whoosh. Okay, now the pod driver. This one's going to be good. So Colson P thinks it looks like a fly's eyeball. I've got many questions about that one. Number one is, how do you know really what a fly's eyeball looks like? But that's fine, mate. Whatever you do at a weekend, that's fine. Ascat fan said it reminds him of me playing like in the Middle East. Ouch. Derek Strang says it looks like a tasteless and nasty scoop of grooved regret. That's deep. That's dark, Derek. Dark. This reminds Robert of the last time he got abducted by aliens. This was inserted into his ass. And that's the end of this round. Back to you, Al. They were great. So, it's been called many, many things. It's been on the travels with me. I've reviewed two kinds of pod drivers. We've had the standard with a steel shaft, and then we obviously did Pod Father 2 with this baby. So to give this any sort of fighting chance, it does have an exotic shaft in it, which in theory should make it go further, but with that, it goes a long way left and right too. And right now, nothing else matters. That was not very good. Do not judge the product on that shot there. Someone actually said, during the questions that we should make this into a coffee cup after we've used it. I think that's a great idea. Cut it out. No one's got an Orizaba coffee cup, have they? And we're back to normal. Bush took a trial. Oh, that's all right. So if you feel lonely and you want some more friends, all you have to do is buy an Orizaba. With free public barbecues, you can visit any randomer's back garden. Sounds very wrong, that. Forget Tinder, it's Podder. Swipe right, there's no such thing as a swipe right, it's all swipe left. See you, mate. I forgot how to hit this. No one has ever seen a bush like that before. Think of the positives. Stick a camera on this golf ball and you'll find creatures that you could only have dreamed of. Bottom, but straighter. We'll get there. I've got to open this up, I remember. That was definitely hit better. Still the lower half of the chocolate orange. That's nowhere near. If you try to identify that golf ball, you'll get ticks in your nostrils. Tiger Woods 2004, David Ferretti. It feels horrendous. Jokes aside, I do realise during this time this was a very good product. I'm not saying that. That's different. Really open that face up then. This hasn't done as well as what I thought, but when your ball flights resemble a Japanese fan, it's not very good, is it? Last one before things were about to get very weird. Could be the longest with that shape. I'm gonna roll out. I think that's gonna be the furthest. Yep, so it's gone 271 meters, which we'll see at the end of the video where that puts it on the tally. That's all of them. Boom, baby! So, it's the famous HammerX driver. Yes, so if you didn't already know, I did have a phone call from Jack Ham after the HammerX video, if you didn't already know that. Actually a very pleasant chat. I was in Abu Dhabi at the time, so it wasn't the longest thing in the world, but there's a good chance he might be sending us something very soon, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, this thing with verbal instructions, depending on how loud you shout, pow or boom, determines how far your golf ball goes. So if you're quiet, it's probably not going to make it off the tee. If you shout, into the mountains, that's all I'm saying. So, Team Al, over to you. Hammer time. Jacob Bolton thinks this looks like something from Star Trek. You could not be more correct. Ben Petherick, tell us how you really feel, Ben. That thing looks like pure wow. Matt Parsons commented on the bullet driver saying it looks like the mould of the hammer driver. Guess what he commented on the hammer driver? Matt Parsons, brilliant. It looks like the mould for the hollow point driver. Yeah, okay. This one's up there as well. That's one of my favourites. Cody White. This is what the toilet seat. This is what the toilet seat sees when he sits down. Cody, I'm going to send you a direct message, mate. It shouldn't look like that, and you need to go and see someone. And Chris Riley, very creative, mate. It looks like a bicycle pedal on a stick. Back to myself. You guys are the best. There are so many, and if you want to see them, all of the responses, all you got to do is go to the community tab on the channel and scout through each individual image. I think they're on there for probably about 10 days. So you can check all the answers out. Some were not PG. Unfortunately, I couldn't share them, but I've left them on there. So fill your boots and enjoy them. If you like that format of reading things out and maybe analysing memes and nudes. Analysing nudes. This channel has gone downhill. Or uphill, depending on which way you look at it. Oh, nearly missed a golf ball there. Yeah, that's not going to do it. So I was going to take this to do an on-course video in Abu Dhabi, but I took the pod instead this time. I regretted not taking the Hammer X because in the hotel room there was an iron, but there's no ironing board. Could have just used this. You could put 5 shirts on that. Perfect. Tea. Right. Tell you what, that's one of the better flights today. That's not left the pin. Stop going over there. 286. Come on. Still going. Oh. 289. Another straightish one. That's not going to do it though. Don't know why I threw that at you. I'm sorry. Okay. So, if you're still with me, you know what to do in the comment section. Just put "still with you, Al." Always appreciate it. I know who you are for sticking with me and watching the entire thing. This could be quite lengthy, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. Okay, let's get to it. So in 5th position of the longest driver out of bounds season 1 is the pod. I'm so upset that the pod's come last. I don't know what that was. 271 meters was the maximum drive. 4th was the glass driver, which, to be fair, was quite impressive. 277 total, which for a very, very soft feeling driver is pretty impressive. Then we've got the hammer. So the hammer came 3rd, 289 meters. 2nd place was the bullet at 290 meters. And the winner of the out of bounds longest driver season 1, it shouldn't be allowed because it's just normal driver. It's the only thing that looks like a normal golf club, but it's a nitrogen driver. 306 meters we got one out to. Quite impressive. Looks terrible, sounds terrible, feels terrible. Still went 306 meters, so you can't really knock it, can you? So guys, thanks again for watching. Remember to let me know in the comment section what you actually thought of this. Scared the living daylights out of me. That was a nitrogen driver just celebrating. Remember to hit subscribe, come and join Team Al, follow us on social media. The links are below. Thank you very much.